There have been 6 goals already. Najib Hassan is the latest Malaysian entrant into the green card segment, something that absolutely annoys Harul Anthony. And he did tell off Amirul Azahar in no uncertain terms. He had managed to earn a green and a yellow card in the same game in the round-robin fixture against Korea. The third quarter begins now. Korea will look to make purposeful strides. What do they have in store? But fasten your seat belts, because this is going to be an exciting finish to the first semi-final.
It's going to be a cracker, no doubt about it. Much like the first half was, Korea, they're not a team that gives up. Win or lose, they will fight. I have no doubt about that. Play every tournament with the same intensity. Every match with the same intensity. Results, of course, not always going their way, but that is how Shin Sok-kyo used to play himself back in the day, and that is how he has tailored his teams to play. Cheolion Park looks... They are ready to fight for their place in the final and defend their title. Malaysia, first attack by them. Pejali, loose ball. Kept possession thanks to Firhan Ashari. Marhan Jalil. Najmi Jazlan. What a game he's having for Malaysia. If they go on to win, he would have been instrumental in their win. Korea will keep possession.
Bring it back.
Korea will have to start again. Wasn't started.
Okay, thank you.
Jang Jong-hyun, Seung Hoon Lee. Korea. They have a circle entry. Abdul Mohajir did well to protect the ball without giving away a foul. Shello Silverius, has that caught his foot? No, it has not. In fact, it will be a Malaysia ball. Had a good World Cup as well. Shello Silverius, he was in India earlier on, of course, with the Malaysian team. They were in a very tough pool. They had Netherlands and New Zealand. New Zealand, of course, had a great World Cup themselves, made it to the quarterfinals, where they lost to Belgium, but knocked out the hosts India in the pre-quarters. Malaysia, balls come in, need to be careful. Firhan Ashari contesting that ball. Korea on the back foot for the first time in this second half. Jang Jong-hyun not able to win the ball back. Shello Silverius wins it for Malaysia, and I have to say, Arun, they look faster to every ball, Malaysia right now, and that has been the case since the game has started. They just seem to be anticipating things faster. They seem to be sharper. 50-50 balls have gone their way.
I think it's one of the things that Malaysia have laid a lot of emphasis on. The fitness culture that has really catalyzed the entire unit, and the way they play the game. Great mixture of youth and experience again. And there we see this. Another opportunity by way of a deflection. This was a good chance. Firhan Ashari was up front. Korea somehow managed to clear the line.
Kyu Byung Kim actually did well there, but he did not do so well later on. He's conceded a green card, number 4, Kyu Byung Kim, and he's out for 2 minutes. Korea are a player short. It does not help their cause. Marhan Jalil finds Razi Rahim. Razi Rahim, the balls come in. That's not dangerous. That's him. Kyu Byung Kim. Marhan Jalil. Razi. Marhan Jalil just weighing up his options. Will be a Korea ball. Marhan Jalil just weighing up his options. Will be a Korea ball. Korea compact with a low block. No gaps in between or behind. Comfortable right now. Marhan Jalil should test them by firing a ball in. Does not do so, not as yet. Malaysia happy to rotate. That's a great switch. That is a super switch to shallow Silverius. Najmi Jazlan, I beg your pardon. Faiz Jali. Marhan looks for another switch. He's got the switch, but unfortunately Najib Hassan can't keep that in play. But that was a good series of passes by Malaysia in the South Korean defensive third.
I like what Malaysia have done here. They've shown a lot of discipline, a lot of precision in the system. They have moved the ball around with purpose. They've not given away easy possession, just like there. And Korea, of course, have their full complement of 11 players on the park as their green card suspension ends. Korea have to be watchful. They have conceded the most number of goals so far in a match for them in the Hero Asian Champions Trophy 2023. Hitherto, they had conceded 3 goals versus India. That was the most. So it remains to be seen how Korea, a team that prides itself on defensive enterprise, how does it recover from an early blow like this? Because 4 goals up in the first half is quite a margin. Korea now looking to make the circle entry. They have a deflection, but that doesn't take them too far. Hyungjin Kim was the one.
For me,
Hideki Kinoshita
16. For me,
talking to Tim Meisner, and Tim Meisner has given his advice.
Hey, hey, stop. Hey, stop. I don't want you to do this, okay? Okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Not happy, Jang Jong-hyun, and he's letting his feelings be known. It's not the only player in the Korean setup who wears his heart on his sleeve. His coach does the same, Shin So-kyo.
He does on his wristband as well. The Korean captain flaunting the national colours, Jong Hyun-jae. They're a proud hockey nation. Like Siddharth mentioned a little while earlier, Korea have a rich hockey tradition. They do aim to bring a gold home in the Asian Games. That's what will be the first priority of both these sides. The Asian Games at Hangzhou starting on September the 23rd. That'll be a great first step, because whoever wins the Asian Games gold gets a golden ticket, a direct entry into the Paris 2024 Olympics.
They absolutely do. Korea and Malaysia, of course, in the same pool at the Asian Games, so they will be meeting at least once in Hangzhou. India, Japan, Pakistan are in one pool, so the defending champions, Japan, are in the same pool as India, who they will be meeting later on this evening. So they will be meeting at least once in Hangzhou as well. Faisal Sari, he goes for goal. Will only get a long corner.
A great hit off balance, just about managed to find himself inside the circle at Faisal Sari. And these are the shots like Siddharth was mentioning. earlier that you have to rely on muscle memory. If it clicks, if it's on target, great. If not, just keep going for them all the same. Malaysia have been very good with these aerial balls, except for that aberration over here at the start of quarter 3.
This was Faisal Sari spinning and creating that yard for himself, but what a tackle that was. I think it was Jung Hoo Kim.
I thought it struck him quite hard. He didn't flinch. He didn't even wince for a second. And these guys are made of seriously stern stuff. All these champion athletes who have been taking part in the Hero Asian Champions Trophy. And Arul Anthony, he's not going to remain content. His reply was crisp, but it was very specific. He did say that there were areas where they were faltering a bit. Another circle entry for Malaysia. Close to the back line. An opportunity here. Well defended. It was Yongjin Kim.
Korea though, they're not hanging around. They want these quick starts, and now they have an opportunity. They're on the attack, they're on the front foot. Is that a very heavy touch? Yes, it is. Korea will start again though. Looking for a circle entry, they don't get one. Malaysia have done so well once again to reorganize and get numbers back in defense. This has been a feature of the Malaysian performance today. It speaks volumes about the work done off the pitch, conditioning wise. Semifinals of a very big tournament, and you're not running out of fuel.
A lot of that credit should also go to Thomas Trowley. Ever since he's stepped in for the Malaysian men's, the women's and the junior sides, there has been a clear and a cohesive effort as far as the fitness and conditioning is concerned. Another foul there, a yellow card. Arul Anthony is not going to be the man he wants to set his eyes upon.
Unbelievable, really unbelievable. Something that the Malaysians will absolutely have to work on before the Asian Games is their discipline, especially in critical moments. Khalik Hamirin has got a yellow, and they will be finishing the third quarter with a player less and starting the fourth with a player less. The ball's gone out of play. That's him. Hamirin Khalik. He's been an important player for them. This is the incident. You can't use your body to block a pass. Not intentionally anyway.
It wouldn't matter. It seemed like a seriously desperate challenge. And it's not even a question of him taking one for the team over there. It was nowhere close to the 23 meter line, leave alone the circle. So Arul Anthony will be miffed. Another slap to try and secure the deflection in the circle, but that will anyway fetch them a penalty corner. The Malaysians are unhappy, but it will not count.
Arun, the Koreans don't have a review, but the Malaysians do. If they are so sure, if Firhan Ashari is so sure that it's not got his foot, he can take a review.
I don't think they were that certain to begin with. It was more a question and hope than anything. This replay should tell you better. Ji Hun Yang with the slap. But why didn't he refer there? It was clearly off the stick. And the Malaysian didn't seem all that certain.
I'm surprised. I really am. This could cost them dearly. That is nowhere near his foot. That is nowhere near his foot, and why has he not reviewed that? I do not know. Yang goes for goal. They're asking for a penalty stroke. It's still alive. And there will be an umpire referral. The Koreans are absolutely sure that this should be at least another penalty corner, if not a penalty stroke. They change things up.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, please look for if there's foot for the penalty stroke. This is my referral.
Okay, I'll check.
They went with Ji Hoon Yang, not with Jang Jong Hyun. He's beaten the first wave, and now has that caught the foot? I think it has. We will need another replay to confirm, but as soon as just the trajectory of the ball, Arun, the way it's come off, the bounce tells me that it's probably come off his foot. That doesn't quite happen when it comes off the stick. And that is what has me convinced. But of course, it's not my decision to make, luckily. Happy to be in the comm box calling the game and not making the decisions that matter.
Yeah, it looks like it has got the shin region of Mohammad Aminuddin.
Arun, after that, the decision will be for Yasir Khurshid. If that's got the foot, does Hafizuddin Othman get there? Because if he does, it's a penalty corner. If he's not getting there, it's a penalty stroke because that's headed towards the goal. So he has a couple of decisions to make here. First of all, is that headed in goal? If that's headed in goal and if that's got the foot, that's got to be a penalty stroke. If that's got his foot and it's heading the goal, but if Hafizuddin Othman is getting there in time, it's not a penalty stroke. It's a penalty corner.
And here again, we need to remind our viewers that there is the scope of interpretation. There is a subjective element that comes in as a video umpire makes his decision. It's taking a while because, like Siddharth mentioned, there are a couple of key decisions to consider. That could well be the difference between a penalty corner and a penalty stroke, which is why he has been using up all the angles, all the visual support that's been made available to him, and no one would fault him for doing so.
Razi Rahim is in the way, doesn't give us a clean vision.
Yep. Penalty stroke?
Yeah, it's a plenty stroke.
Okay.
And so the decision has come from Yasir Khurshid. Not only has that caught the foot,
No, penalty stroke.
but that is heading into goal, and Hafizuddin Othman is not getting there in
I
time.
can use that.
He's taken his time over this decision, and this could be a critical moment in the game. Ji Hoon Yang was the player who took the flick, was the player who's won the penalty stroke, and he's going to be the player who tries to finish that penalty stroke.
Okay, please.
Played such an important role in the last game, of course. Jang Jong Hyun only played 1 quarter of hockey. Hafizuddin Othman, this is him playing mind games.
Get ready.
Yeah, Ji Hoon Yang is also nursing the ball for as long as he can. He wiped it a couple of times against his trousers.
Gori, ready?
A great challenge for Hafizuddin Othman. What a save! An absolute cracker of a save, and Hafizuddin Othman does the star turn for Malaysia under the bar. A penalty stroke, and defending a penalty stroke in a high voltage encounter, a knockout fixture. That's as good as it gets.
One more step back.
That is really as good as it gets. Hafizuddin Othman read that perfectly. He knew exactly where he was going. He knew exactly what he was doing. Ji Hoon Yang worked so hard to create that penalty stroke, but he has not been able to finish it. The 2-goal lead that Malaysia has is intact. Kim Jae-hyun with a glove. Korea, the task remains the same. They're still chasing a game where they are 2 goals down. Malaysia asking for a back stick. It's not coming. They need to defend. Irrespective of whether they've scored the penalty stroke or no, I still believe that Koreans will not give up. Not without a fight. That is the very nature, that's the very DNA of their team, of their setup.
I can't deny that the penalty stroke wouldn't have hurt. But unfortunately, Hafizuddin Othman did get in the way. Yes, another opportunity, a circle entry was made, but it's once again Othman, the man with the rescue. He and Zaimi Matteris have been alternating goalkeeping duties. There is, of course, Adrian Albert back home as well, who's vying for one of the 2 goalkeeping spots for the Asian Games. But Hafizuddin Othman, you would have to believe, has secured his spot as the number 1 goalkeeper.
Malaysia, remember, are still on a yellow card. They are still a player short, and they will be until the end of the 3rd quarter. And for some time at the beginning of the 4th. We are entering the last minute of this riveting, engaging encounter between Malaysia and Korea. Korea. That's got a foot. Korea created such a big opportunity towards the end of this 3rd quarter. Ji Hoon Yang, with all his experience, could not convert that. Circle entry, that's a penalty corner, no doubt about it. Faiz Jali made the interception, but he's put that over the baseline deliberately. And Jang Jong-hyun is needed again. There it is. This is the interception, no doubt about it.
I think it's the momentum that took the ball over, but there is clear intent. There is deliberate intent from Faiz Jali, and the Koreans in the crowd are celebrating. They share a wonderful connection with Chennai. When the Oscar-winning Parasite was released, it was in the opening and the closing pictures of the Chennai International Film Festival. But right now, there is, of course, Jung Jun Lee, who's here to supply the injection.
It will be Jang Jong-hyun, goes for the flick. It will be another penalty corner. Ji Hoon Yang is still on the pitch for Korea. Of course, he is the player who created that penalty stroke from the last time that they got a penalty corner, Korea. But he's on the first battery. Jang is on the second battery. He's preferring a more central angle to beat Hafizuddin Othman. Can he do it? Jang Jong-hyun goes for it. It's a save. It's a brilliant save. Jang, it's still alive for Korea. Still on. It's got a foot. They're appealing. It's a penalty corner. Korea are finishing this quarter very strongly. 3 seconds on the clock. As soon as the injection is made, the clock will start, the quarter will end, but the penalty corner will not. Jang Jong-hyun.
3 seconds left.
Hafizuddin Othman's positioning was spot on. Did well here. Jang Jong-hyun to just control this for a second and then create the penalty corner again. Came off Aminuddin Mohammed in the end. Korea, if they get this goal, it sets up the fourth quarter perfectly.
And it's Ji-hoon Yang in the first battery. And of course their captain, Jong-hyun Jang, in the second and the central. Will they go again to Jong-hyun Jang?
Jang Jong-hyun goes for it. It's another penalty corner, is it?
To me, it's long corner. Long corner.
There's no time to take the long corner. The hooter's gone. Quarter 4 will start with Malaysia one-player shot and Korea chasing 2 goals. This is the last bit of action from the third quarter. That's a great decision. It's gone off the stick. And you have to compliment Hideki Kinoshita for that. Korea have it all to do. Malaysia, we've said this before, are on the brink of history. At the end of the third quarter, it is Malaysia 4, Korea 2.
And Malaysia have been solid, if not spectacular, in this third quarter. Korea have been a lot more decisive. They've shown a lot more urgency, having been chasing the game ever since the start of the half. But Malaysia did manage to secure a few chances whenever they could. They did make those circle entries. But the Korean defense was a lot more taut, a lot more organized. Here was another opportunity for Korea, but their penalty corner conversions hasn't been the greatest today. There was a penalty stroke opportunity as well, but Hafizudin Othman read it brilliantly and using his right hand as a pivot, went to the left. There was a penalty corner opportunity for Korea in the dying moments of the quarter, but that couldn't be taken. It's a full house at the Mayor Radhakrishnan Stadium, and no prizes for guessing, because up next India will take on Japan in the second semi-final at 8:30 p.m. local time. But the Koreans are in support. There are more than 6,000 of them living in Chennai. The largest Korean expat community does live in Chennai, and you will find them in supermarkets, in malls, in movie halls. They have integrated themselves as an integral part of the Chennai mise-en-scène. But here's the fourth and the final quarter. Korea will have to set the ball rolling. Malaysia will start off with a man fewer. The Malaysian defense will also have to be careful. They have been prone to getting those yellow and green cards. Those indiscretions could prove costly. That penalty stroke could have proved costly. Not to be, but like Siddharth mentioned, Korea will pull no punches. They will come all out. This is the quarter. These are the 15 minutes that Korea will have to make count. Looking to make the circle entry, only getting as far as the 23-meter line. Malaysia have covered all the bases so far, but Seokyo Shin will hope Korea have one last bit of ammunition left in this final. Going to rest up. There is going to be absolutely no let up. They know that on every occasion, except for the previous edition of the Asian Champions Trophy, Malaysia have finished third. It's a jinx that they would wish to avoid. There is a great chance, as the coach said, to make history. Another circle entry has been made. Great ball in. And here's a backhander. And that's goal number 6. And that's Shelo Silverius again, notching up a praise for himself. And Malaysia have half a dozen goals. And you would now fancy that they have booked their ticket to the final of the Hero Asian Champions Trophy. Come on, Malaysian fans, you can afford to celebrate a tad bit more because Shelo Silverius has given you a huge opening.
What a game Shelo Silverius is having in the yellow of Malaysia. How about that for a finish? He saw that Kim Jae-hyun was not back up in time, and that backhand was in the net, not on the boards. So important that that was an aerial attempt at goal. That is exactly what Shelo Silverius did, and he deserves those fireworks. Malaysia deserves those fireworks. They have absorbed all the pressure that Korea had to throw at them, all the attacks that Korea had to come at them with, and now they've got 2 goals in quick succession of their own at the start of the fourth. The start of the fourth, remember, they were a player down.
And now Shelo Silverius gets some well-deserved time on the bench. But you could see there Arul Anthony wasn't going to have a bar of complacency. He did look animated. He wanted his charges to be up and about. Look at him. Still bustling with energy, still ensuring that Malaysia do not leave anything out there on the park. Remember, he was a part of the Malaysian side that played here in 1997. He was a callow 24-year-old. He was a recipient of several medals as his team won the Chief Minister's Trophy. And that came on this very surface. He's looking to go one better as a coach to fulfill all his unaccomplished dreams as a player. He retired rather early, but his second coming as a coach is turning out to be fruitful already.
Is Malaysia, and they are in the same pool, and they will be meeting, they will be face to face at Hangzhou. It's not easy, 2 teams get out of the pool.
And that's a good point that you make, Siddharth. There's the captain, Jong Hyun Jang.
Arun, he's given it everything, but you just feel as if even though he's given it everything, he wasn't there 100% physically, Jang Jong-hyun. You can't doubt his effort, never can. Always a hard worker. But I think he's still not there 100%. Malaysia with their tails up. Can they get more than 6? This is a statement from Malaysia. It won't just be a win, of course. We don't want to count out Korea. We never do count out anybody in a game of sport, in a game of hockey, elite level hockey. With less than 8 to go, there is time. Funnier things have happened, stranger things have happened, but you have to say the way Malaysia are playing, they are firm favourites to make the first final ever in an Asian Champions Trophy for them in their history. And Arul Anthony harped upon that. He said, we are looking to make a little bit of history. They are so close. To be precise, they are 7 minutes and 10 seconds away from doing so.
Indeed. And Malaysia now have 12 field goals in the tournament. That's the most by any team in this edition of the Hero Asian Champions Trophy. Arul Anthony, in fact, sounded modest when he said the penalty corner conversion still has been an area of concern for them, and that's something that they haven't prepared as well as they ought to have. And he did say that the blame for that lays squarely with him. You also might be tempted to think that's purposeful, only because they don't want to reveal all their cards.
We spoke about Jang Jong-hyun perhaps not being at 100% after that injury that he sustained against India. The other thing that we have to mention is Lee Nam Yong has not played any part at the Hero Asian Champions Trophy. He picked up an injury right before the tournament. Shin So-kyo mentioned that to me. Good steal by Ji Hun Yang. Choleon Park goes away with it. Najmi Jazlan, excellent tackle, and even better. Malaysia have been spot on with their plan. Faisal Sari will keep this in play and will look for a circle entry. Will he get it? He'll have to go again. This is looking good. Prithvi Sari has just come over and told Faisal, take it easy, take your time. This is where we want the ball to be. That is what they want to do. Korea will be looking to change their keeper. And Jae-han Kim will come in for Kim Jae-hyun. He has been so brave throughout the tournament. For me, he is amongst the top 8 goalkeepers in the world. Kim Jae-hyun, he really is. But with less than 5.5 minutes to go, I think Jae-han Kim deserves a chance, and he's getting that.
And to be fair, the scoreline isn't an accurate reflection of how well Jae-hyun Kim has done, but another circle entry was sought by Malaysia. They still have the ball just outside the circle. Prithvi Sari. Nicely played back. Malaysia have found ways even when it's been most challenging. And they have managed to find ways to score, which is the most important part. Remember, it was Korea that opened the scoring today. But Malaysia hit back with earnest. They hit back with 2 goals in succession. The first half saw the game unfold at a blistering pace. 6 goals in all, 4 of which came from the Malaysians. And since then they've added 2 more to their tally. And what's most impressive is the work rate. This man has played a significant role as well. Shelo Silverius has scored 2 more goals to add to his already impressive tally in the Hero Asian Champions Trophy. Malaysia also looking to give their first goalkeeper a bit of a break, and it's Matt Zemi who's getting some time under the bar. Korea seem to have lost their attacking sting. And a nice swipe down the part of the tournament. This is history in the making. And both India and Japan, who are now in the precincts of the stadium, will be watching this. Pitri Sari looking to make that circle entry. No foul there. Less than a minute and a half for Korea to make whatever impression on this match that they can. But it looks increasingly unlikely that Korea might make any comeback whatsoever. Malaysia are looking good for another goal though. Korea have deployed all their forces up front, and here's an opportunity. A solo run into the 23rd meter mark. Circle entry has been made, an opportunity. Choleon Park looking to flick one over the goalie, but the cute shot didn't do the trick. Good control there. Choleon Park just had to beat Razi Rahim, which he did. But then excellent goalkeeping once again from Zemi. Guarded the near post with perfection. Wasn't going to tip the ball over his head. Malaysia will just look to play it out now. It's all but a formality now. Korea have been comprehensively defeated in the semi-final clash. The defending champions Korea, they've had plenty of titles to their credit. The Asian Cup as well. But it's clearly Malaysia that have been the better side. Just a handful of seconds now, and the final goes up. Malaysia make the finals of the Hero Asian Champions Trophy for the very first time. They've broken the semi-final jinx at last. Over a number of years, right from 2011, they have tried to make an entry into the final, but they have prevailed now after 5 unsuccessful attempts. They have been the put the ball in, but Malaysia struck back almost immediately. Didn't take too long for them. And a good backhander. There from Abu Kamal Azrai that restored parity. Malaysia continued to attack, but some excellent goalkeeping from Jayun Kim kept them at bay only for a little while, because this variation managed to give Malaysia what they sought. A searing strike there, if any, from Nazmi Jazla. Who aimed for the far post and got the goal he wanted.